Good morning. What a beautiful day. I think it's brighter in here than it is outside today. It's wonderful to see all of you here today. I'm Jim Wintergren. I'm the chairman of the Keck Graduate Institute Board of Trustees, and welcome to our 18th Annual Commencement Ceremony. Out of respect for this occasion, could you please turn off your cell phones? Thank you. At this time, I'd ask you all please to rise and direct your attention to the U.S. flag as we welcome Johnny Ann Clark, who will sing our national anthem. Chaplain's office. He will deliver today's invocation. Father Joe.
I have to say this is a great occasion, and I think one of our great American presidents, Woodrow Wilson, when he was president of Princeton University, reminded his students on occasions such as this, "You're not here merely to make a living. You're here in order to enable the world to live more amply, with greater vision, with a finer spirit of hope and achievement. You are here to enrich the world." Today is a great day to give thanks to everyone who's made this solemn occasion possible. To the parents and families, faculty and staff, administrators and trustees, and most significantly of all, to our graduates. You men and women exemplify the tradition of the Keck Graduate Institute and are prepared to make your mark in the world. O Creator, whom we know by many names and titles, on this beautiful morning we come together to give thanks and honor these graduates. By great personal achievements, these men and women have come to realize their gifts and training to transform our world. We are confident that they will enrich the world as President Wilson charged the graduates of his day. We offer these words of gratitude and hope. May our graduates never forget the lessons learned here, nor underestimate their potential for enriching the world. May they always find the courage to stand for the benefit of humanity. May they use their gifts of intelligence to create a more compassionate world. May they inspire others to live more amply by their greater vision. May they experience the peace that comes from leaving the world better than they inherited it. Amen.
Thank you, Father Joe. I would like to ask you all to sit, except for the graduates, who I'd like to remain standing for a few more moments. Graduates, KGI is proud that our programs provide students with opportunities for success. But we know, and you know even better, that it doesn't come without sacrifice, commitment, and support. Without this important foundation, many of you would not be here today, celebrating this wonderful accomplishment and this milestone in your life. On that note, I ask you please to recognize and thank your parents, family, and friends for their support. Okay, you may now be seated. And I'd like to ask President Dr. Sheldon Schroeder to come to the podium, please.
Thank you, Jim, and good morning, everyone. It is my great pleasure to welcome today's graduates of Keck Graduate Institute, the class of 2019. This is KGI's 18th graduation. The new alumni who we are honoring today are here, and we are all very, very proud of all you have accomplished. I would also extend a special welcome to family, friends, and guests who come together today to celebrate this commencement. We are honored to be joined by members of KGI's Board of Trustees, faculty, alumni, and staff. Sadly, there are some who are not here today, namely our founding dean of the School of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, Kathy Webster, who passed away in December. We miss Kathy's vision and leadership greatly, but we will carry her flame forward with our faculty, students, and staff in the pursuit of excellence which she cared for so deeply. Kathy's many contributions to KGI and to higher education will be felt for generations to come. This is the third time that we've hosted commencement here at the Sheraton Fairplex, and once again, our staff and volunteers have made it feel like home, and I want to offer them our deepest thanks for all of their very, very hard work. I would also like to welcome those family members who are viewing this event from around the world through our live stream. Despite our geographic location, we are all one KGI family, and I, for one, am glad you can watch this momentous event and be part of our family. At this time, I'm pleased to introduce Tiffany Smolinski, our class of 2019 student speaker. Tiffany was born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona, and is graduating today with her Master's of Engineering in Biopharmaceutical Processing. She received her Bachelor's of Science in Biology with a biomedical emphasis and minor in Spanish and Biochemistry from the University of Arizona. During her undergraduate program, she conducted various levels of cancer research and held numerous leadership positions within her sorority, Alpha Chi Omega. Here at KGI, Tiffany was a member of the Parental Drug Association, International Society for Pharmaceutical Engineering, Beer and Wine Club, Medtronic Team Masters Project, and held 2 part-time jobs. Tiffany is committed to helping others live a better life with high-quality pharmaceuticals and medical devices. She's excited for this next chapter in her life as she'll be moving to Milwaukee to begin her career with GE Healthcare. Please welcome Tiffany Smolinski.
Thank you, President Schuster. Good morning, family, friends, KGI faculty and staff, esteemed Board of Trustees, alumni, and fellow graduates. I want to start off by saying thank you. Thank you to the faculty for teaching us your knowledge and sharing your experiences. Thank you to the staff for coordinating events and managing KGI as a whole. Thank you to the donors who have made this school thrive. Thank you to the friends and family who have never given up on their graduates. And last but not least, Thank you to my fellow graduates who have made KGI feel like my home for the past few years. As I look into the crowd before me, I sense a wave of emotions from everyone present. Family and friends have the sense of pride in knowing that the sense of pride they have in their graduates' achievements is infinite. Parents, you have the sense of joy in knowing the child you have raised has earned their doctorates or master's degree. But nothing can top the feeling that us graduates have right now. So today, we celebrate. We celebrate the choices we have made to pursue our passions, dreams, and happiness. Each one of us has made the decision to continue our educations and pursue a graduate degree at KGI. I know there's been times we've wanted to give up because, let's be honest, grad school is hard. Tears may or may not have been shed, but what matters today is that we're here. We stuck through those hard times and we didn't give up. Today, we pursue our dreams. I want to share with you one of my favorite quotes by Albert Einstein. Everybody's a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is foolish. This quote has kept me going through the good times and bad times throughout my career and educational journey. I'm sure almost everyone in this room has a compelling story of someone telling you that you aren't good enough or judging you. And maybe that's helped you fuel your passions and dreams, or maybe not. But for me, it's only amplified the desire to prove those individuals wrong. I started off my undergrad career at a large institution. I was a measly little fish in a large ocean. After my first semester of undergrad, my advisor told me that I wasn't smart enough for my major, that my grades were not good enough, and that I wasn't good enough for my dreams. I was devastated. For a while, I thought I needed to find something else to be passionate about. Eventually, I refused to accept her invalid statements, and because, like Albert Einstein said, everybody's a genius. Over the past few years, I've come to realize when things don't go your way, there's always an alternative route. It shouldn't matter what people say about you, but how you choose to deal with it. Throughout our journeys, we get to choose what we are going to do and who we are going to be. And as each of us progresses forward in our lives, every move we make is a choice. We chose to continue our educations in a rapidly growing field. We chose to attend KGI, where we have the ability to engage with a vast amount of industry professionals, conduct breakthrough research, or apply our knowledge in a diverse set of courses. And we can choose to be happy. When I was younger, I was always told that helping someone else can lead you to a lifetime of happiness. So as I grew up, I volunteered at every opportunity I got, whether it was at an animal shelter or even in the hospital pharmacy. To me, volunteering is more than just giving back. It's bringing happiness and value to those who need it most. These experiences have translated into my career path to help someone else, to make a difference in someone else's life, no matter how big or how small. KGI has provided us with more skills and knowledge than I could have ever imagined, helping us to continue to make a difference. So for that, I am forever grateful. I feel like all my fellow graduates here today can relate to this, no matter our future profession, whether we're going to be pharmacists, life science consultants, research scientists, or even bioprocessing engineers. We are all helping someone else, and this should make us happy. It's not every day someone can say that they were able to take part in making a life-saving drug or device. The KGI class of 2019 is made up of over 200 individuals who are going to encounter happiness for a lifetime. All of us are going onto different paths of life, but no matter where we go or where we end up, we have the potential for a lifetime of happiness. And I hope that each one of us here today can find what makes us happy. I'm sure everyone here has heard the phrase, love what you do and you'll never work a day in your life. As cliche as it is, it's true. Follow your passions. It's a choice, but it's your choice. Before I close, I want to acknowledge KGI one last time and show you my never-ending appreciation for this school. Through the beloved Team Masters projects that the Henry E. Riggs School of Applied Life Science students complete, and the advanced pharmacy practice experiences for the School of Pharmacy and Health Science students, these experiences working with industry partners and professionals have provided us with a sneak peek into the industry. One of the things I love most about KGI is a willingness to help their students thrive and become the best versions of themselves. They've provided us with the resources and opportunities that we need to prosper in this next phase of our life. Without KGI, my dreams would have never come true. With that being said, today, we celebrate. We celebrate our choice to pursue our passions and dreams. We celebrate our choice to be happy, and we celebrate because we are all geniuses. Congratulations, KGI Class of 2019. We did it.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. I am pleased to introduce Casey Smith, Master of Business and Science, Class of 2019, to present the class gift. Casey Smith graduated with her Bachelor of Science in Multidisciplinary Studies from West Virginia University. Following her undergraduate degree, she worked as a figure skating coach, inspiring young women, and spent her free time volunteering at the local hospital. Looking to develop her professional career, Casey chose to attend KGI's post-baccalaureate program for its unique program offerings and because of her father's connections to the Claremont colleges. Realizing her passion for biotech, Casey chose to stay to complete the Master of Business and Science program and broaden her knowledge base. Last summer, she completed an internship in Orange County at a medical device company where she was part of the clinical development team. At KGI, she served as student government president and was the vice president of the Door to the Future Club. As president, it actually has a very special ring to say, "Madam President, the floor is yours."
Thank you, President Schuster. Students, faculty, family, and friends, it is an honor and privilege to present the Class of 2019 gift today that we are leaving behind for future students of KGI. For many of us, KGI has been a home away from home, spending so much time on campus sometimes that you wonder why you're even paying rent. Over the years, we have become a family and rely on each other for support, especially those of us that don't call California home. As a family, we take care of each other when we're in need, and so this year, we are making a donation to the new Student Success Fund. The Student Success Fund will help students overcome some roadblocks. Sometimes there may be an unforeseen circumstances and a student can't afford a conference price. Through this gift, we hope that every student is able to make it across the stage and have a rewarding career pursuing their passion for the life sciences. Thank you.
Casey and the class of 2019, on behalf of the staff, the faculty, current and future students at KGI, we thank you for your generosity and thoughtfulness. As the KGI Student Success Fund continues to grow, this contribution in the fund's first year will be a pleasant and constant reminder of this outstanding class and how you've made an immediate impact for current and future KGI students. I am pleased now to introduce one of our newest alumni as our speaker today. Dr. Susan Schroeder from KGI's inaugural PharmD class of 2018 is our speaker. She graduated from KGI and has been doing a postgraduate year at residency at Kaiser Permanente Fontana Medical Center. There, she has been able to work collaboratively with other healthcare professionals in optimizing patient care during their stay at the hospital and following up with them after their discharge. The integrated healthcare system and continuity of care is what initially drew Susan to pursue this program at Kaiser. She aspires to be an ambulatory care pharmacist to help patients manage their chronic diseases. Throughout residency, she has been actively involved with various pharmacy organizations as well as here at KGI. She has supported prospective and current KGI students by helping them with their applications to residency, attending KGI visitation days, volunteering for health fairs and roundtable events, and being their therapist all the while tending to her family, friends, and a 2-year-old daughter. We are grateful to Susan for being with us today. Please join me in welcoming our alumni speaker, Dr. Susan Schroeder.
All right, let me just set up my iPad. Thank you, President Schuster, for that wonderful introduction. Hello and good morning, Board of Trustees, faculty, distinguished guests, alumni, friends, family, and the proud, proud parents of the class of 2019. You've made it. Today is the day you thought would come, but here it is. The bright light at the end of the tunnel is finally shining down on you today. Congratulations on finishing your graduate degree and pushing yourself to the limit. It is an absolute honor to speak in front of you today, the bright and extraordinary minds of KGI. It has been exactly 1 year, 7 days, 10 hours, and 32 minutes since I graduated from KGI School of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. So much has changed since I started here as a student. But despite all these changes, one thing has remained constant: the supportive faculty and the bright students that enter KGI. When I first started here at KGI, I had no idea what the outcomes would be. I had never heard of Keck Graduate Institute or even the Claremont colleges. I can recall the pivotal moment when I first graduated, when I first heard from KGI, and it was during the time when I worked at Baxter. I nonchalantly mentioned my interest in possibly pursuing a Doctor of Pharmacy degree, and my coworker told me that Keck Graduate Institute was opening up a pharmacy school. And I was like, oh, USC? Oh, they already have a pharmacy school. And he informed me that KGI is a graduate school with a well-known MBS program, and is based in Claremont, and is part of the prestigious Claremont colleges. I did my research, I liked what I saw, applied, and the rest is history. I took the risk in coming into a brand new program, and it has been one of the best decisions I've made thus far. I want to share with you a series of events that have helped me to get to where I'm at today, and the lessons I've learned along the way. I hope some of these lessons come in handy to all of you as you start on your new journey toward your careers. I want to start off by talking about my college experience. It wasn't traditional in nature, where I took the SATs, applied to college, and lived in a dorm. I actually had no idea what I wanted to do, nor did the idea of attending college even cross my mind. Both my parents and older siblings never went to college, and so I didn't understand the importance of it until I started to go. I was merely influenced by one of my friends who asked me to take a few classes with her since she didn't know anyone. And this is where my journey began. My prerequisite biology and chemistry courses unveiled my passion for learning about how things function on a microscopic level. And with the guidance of my counselors, I eventually got accepted to UCSD as a general biology major. But I never really told people the behind-the-scenes story per se, because quite frankly, I was ashamed and embarrassed. In all reality, college was one of the toughest times of my life. I was homeless and didn't have any money during the time I attended college. All I had was a backpack filled with my clothes and shoes on my feet. I would bounce around from one friend's home to another, and I was able to attend college because fees were covered by a state grant for low-income families. I couldn't afford to purchase books, so I would study the information at the library and would borrow the printer paper to take notes. My friend lent me 50 cents to take the bus to school on the days she didn't have class, and sometimes I would have to walk back home. And lastly, there were days I would go on without eating because I felt like a burden to my friend's family for consuming their food for free. This leads me to my first lesson. We all go through some type of hardships, trials or tribulations, but don't become a victim to those experiences. You have challenges and disappointments in the coming future, but do not let self-doubt overcome you, and do not let it stop you from reaching your goals. If your goal is to become a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, then do it. If your goal is to own a large home, drive an electric iPad, and for those who are not millennials, this is also known as a Tesla, all the while owning a pair of Yeezys, then by all means, do it. However you define success, make sure you set your goals, don't become a victim to those challenging experiences, and know that you are capable of becoming anything you want to be. The second lesson I've learned is to be resourceful. Utilize the resource around you, the internet, the faculty, your mentors, your friends and family. The people you surround yourself with will play an integral role in helping you achieve your goals and push you to the limits. I wouldn't have been able to transfer without the help of my counselors, professors, and my friends. I wouldn't have been able to successfully get a residency without the assistance of the networking opportunities offered at KGI and the guidance from many of the dedicated faculty here. Each one of them has made an everlasting impact, and they are more than willing to help. So don't be afraid to ask after you graduate. Last but not least, don't be scared to take risks. Now, I'm not referring to the risk you take when you go to Vegas, put $100 on the number 8 in roulette, but taking intelligent risks. Identify what you want, have an action plan, execute, and evaluate the results. Coming out from UCSD, I had a well-paying job and great benefits, but something was missing. I wasn't where I wanted to be in terms of my career. I went with my gut feeling, took a chance in applying to a brand new program. I assessed the situation, had an action plan, executed by applying, and the results are far greater than what I could have imagined. You all already took the risk in completing a graduate program with no guarantee in landing your dream job. But just know that you are wiser when you initially started, more qualified, and what you've earned today is a huge stepping stone on your path to greatness. Did you know that the National Center for Education Statistics reports that only 9% of people in the US have a master's degree or higher, meaning you all already have an advantage over the 91% of the population. Remember, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Now I encourage you, challenge you, and hopefully inspired you. Everything is attainable even when you have absolutely nothing to start with. You have the support of your mentors, family, friends, and the KGI community. So go out there, get that dream career because you deserve it, get that dream home because you deserve it, and get that dream life because you absolutely deserve it. Congratulations, class of 2019, on your huge accomplishment.
Thank you, Susan, for those inspirational words. We deeply appreciate them. At this time, I would like to invite the Dean of the Henry E. Riggs School of Applied Life Sciences, Dr. Steve Casper, to the podium.
I'm honored to introduce Ms. Gail Carson Riggs, who will be receiving an honorary degree here today. As we all know, KGI would not exist without the Riggs family. What began as the radical vision of Henry E. Riggs for the future of education in the applied life sciences has turned into a respected, competitive academic destination for students serious about becoming industry leaders. In 1997, with a generous $50 million grant from the W.M. Keck Foundation, Hank founded KGI, the 7th member of the Claremont Colleges. He served as the institution's first president until 2003. Last year, KGI received a transformative gift from Gail and the Riggs family in honor of Hank. To recognize the magnitude of this gift, we were proud to rename the school the Henry E. Riggs School of Applied Life Sciences. In addition to providing general support for the Henry E. Riggs School of Applied Life Sciences, the gift establishes the Henry E. Riggs Endowed Chair in Business and Bioscience Ethics, the Gail Carson Riggs Student Center, the Riggs Fund for STEM Inclusion, and the Henry E. Riggs Endowed Student Fellowship Fund. The Henry E. Riggs Endowed Chair in Business and Bioscience Ethics will promote the important role of ethics in science and business within the KGI curriculum. The Gail Carson Riggs Student Center, housed inside the new Oasis KGI Commons, will provide a space for students to gather, study, and socialize. The Riggs Fund for STEM Inclusion will promote STEM success among women, girls, and other historically underrepresented student populations. The Henry E. Riggs Endowed Student Fellowship Fund will establish the first comprehensive student fellowship fund within the Henry E. Riggs School of Applied Life Sciences. We are grateful for Gail Riggs and the Riggs family for their extreme generosity and continued belief in KGI. Ta-da. Might have to take off the... We could hold the medal.
Outsmarted ourselves.
Then I'm going to make the proclamation here in a sec. Okay, so I'll make the proclamation. Whereas Gail Carson Riggs has made profound and enduring contributions to Keck Graduate Institute, perhaps most significantly, the important early contribution she made as a sounding board and thought partner to President Henry E. Riggs in creating KGI. Whereas Gail Carson Riggs has been an advocate for KGI students. She has strategically supported student-centered initiatives and remains involved in their implementation. The founding of KGI, its subsequent growth, and the success of countless KGI students would not have been possible without the kindness, guidance, and nurturing touch of Gail Carson Riggs. Whereas Gail Carson Riggs serves as a tremendous role model for KGI graduates and other educational communities. Therefore, it is unanimously resolved that the Board of Trustees of Keck Graduate Institute confers upon Gail Carson Riggs the degree of Master of Business and Science, honoris causa.
Wow. My warmest greetings to all of you, the members of the KGI community. I'm thrilled to be receiving an honorary degree from the school envisioned and founded by my late husband, Henry Riggs. We worked as a team to found this school that used innovative education to train our students for emerging fields and industries. KGI was an entrepreneurial venture, a startup, something very rare in higher education then and now. In a speech in 1999, Hanks summarized his vision for this new institution, quote, "Our mission at KGI is to translate into practice through education and research and for the benefit of humanity, the power and potential of the life sciences, biology, chemistry, and medicine," close quote. Several aspects of this new school were initially not well received. Not offering tenure was a threat to faculty, but at a school dedicated to risk-taking and innovation, the protection of tenure seemed outdated. Our desire to work with industry was thought suspect. Surely the school would be corrupted by business values and tainted money. But the biggest objection was to the core educational mission, a focus on bioengineering and biotech. These common words today, bioengineering, biotech, were less familiar and frequently misunderstood 20 years ago. Applying engineering to biology suggested a potentially scary new world with altered people, altered foods, an unnatural world. Our first class of students were really risk takers, coming to a brand new and unknown school to train for a future in fields that were only just being invented. They embraced their pioneer status and enthusiastically helped design and support the emerging KGI. We were a small enough community that everyone could come to our home for meals, drinks, lots of bonding. Friday afternoons, the students, faculty, and staff made up 2 teams for a soccer match. We had fun together. But when it came for this first class to graduate, they faced a very different scene than the one here today. People who feared and misunderstood the mission of KGI tried to wreck the graduation. Students and professors from other schools occupied the tent we had set up for our ceremonies. Professional agitators were bussed in from Los Angeles to block the entrance to the tent. Hank was hung in effigy. Rather than face an ugly confrontation with protesters, we simply left en masse, ran into one of our buildings, locked the doors, and had a nice graduation. However, it's really wonderful to be here today enjoying this peaceful graduation. Although the Keck School of Applied Life Sciences has slightly changed its name, the mission has not changed. I can't resist my chance at a microphone to remind you graduates of a few lessons to be gleaned from that first graduation and your graduation today. The fact that there are no protesters here today isn't simply because the world has changed and we've all gotten used to biotech. It's because those first graduates and all those who followed have gone into the world to shape these industries and advance the exciting potential of these new fields. KGI is now not only accepted, but highly respected because it continues to adhere to the mission and values articulated by its founder. We are dedicated to education and research aimed at translating into practice for the benefit of humanity the power and potential of the life sciences. Like your predecessors, you graduates are charged with remembering that what you do with your skills and knowledge should be for the benefit of humanity. There remain huge challenges in the biotech and bioengineering fields to do great good and great evil. Be sure that you always make false the worries of those people who tried to wreck our first graduation. Then on a personal note, I cannot imagine an opportunity that would offer the potential for more personal reward than the one I now enjoy, to assist this college community, building on its young but outstanding record in realizing the promise of its future. Hank's dream has come true. How wonderful that his name is now attached to his school, the Henry E. Riggs School of Applied Life Sciences. Thank you for this honor and recognition by letting me join you as an honorary graduate of our school. Thank you.
Gail, we too say thank you. At this time, I'd like to present the KGI Lifetime Achievement Award. And if I could ask Dr. Ian Phillips to come up. Come on. Oh, it's where she wants you. It's all about the picture. Right there. Let me just say a few words about Dr. Ian Phillips. Through his illustrious 52-year career, Ian Phillips has published 12 books along with 350 peer-reviewed papers and scientific reviews. He has also impacted thousands of students, having worked at Caltech, University of Iowa, University of Florida, and the University of South Florida before arriving in Claremont. Soon after joining KGI in 2006, Ian founded the postdoc pre-medical certificate program, known as the PPC. Ian taught a wide range of courses at KGI, including writing an orphan drug designation for the FDA, advances in genome and cell therapy, and molecular basis of medicine, just to name a few. His research focuses on gene switches for gene therapy and on increasing stem cell production. He has moved KGI into so many extremely important areas because of his knowledge, his passion, and his commitment to research and teaching. Here at KGI, Ian began our Center for Rare Disease Therapies. To be able to take the knowledge, the background, the genetics, and the patient advocacy to the point of actually having something that is therapeutic, it is truly phenomenon. He has impacted the KGI student experience in so many ways, and certainly toward the top of that list is his role as advisor to the Rare Disease Club, which was one of the first to become an official student chapter with NORD. He also created and led the annual Rare Disease Day, which just completed its 12th consecutive year. Ian has also mentored many PhD students during his career, and yet another one, Andrew Burns, is graduating here today. I'd like to point out that Ian and I first worked together at the University of Florida, and it is a tremendous honor to present the KGI Lifetime Achievement Award to the Norris Professor of Applied Life Sciences, our friend and colleague, Dr. Ian Phillips. This is now the point in our commencement exercises where, over our last 18 years, I have the pleasure of introducing the keynote commencement speaker. And for those of you looking on the program and trying to match faces and people, you'll notice something a bit odd. Peter Saltonstall is not here. And I might need to explain why that occurred. We all wake up in the morning, I think, and I think most of us sort of look at the cell phone. Am I right? You're millennials, right? Do you look at the phone when you wake up? And for me, what you look for is, is there any alarm kind of thing? Like, have my kids sent me? Oh, okay, that's cool. I'll go on and go on about my day. Yesterday morning at 5:30, we received a text from Mr. Saltonstall that on his way here, he was going to the hotel at the airport so he could catch the early morning flight from Boston to here. He fell down a flight of stairs and was in incredible pain in the hospital on pain medications, and obviously was going to miss the flight. And we, and of course, my first instincts were, of course, to wish him well, and then the panic set in. This is sort of an example of what we teach here at KGI. You have to be adaptable. And I want to say that, first off, Peter is doing okay. He is actually in the hospital. It looks like his right knee went out totally, and so he's going to have it probably replaced. But he was saved from falling down the entire flight of stairs by two sort of heroes that kept him from going all the way down to the bottom. But he sends his regards and he sends his regrets, and he will come again to tell us about the great story of the National Organization for Rare Disorders and how it was formed by the insight and dreams of one individual who had the passion to change the world. So what does one do when one is the president and the next day is commencement? Panic, that's first. Then one goes through the various stages of trying to see what's going on. Well, what I immediately did was called what I want to tell all of you is an important thing to do. Have a partner, have a friend, have a colleague, be on a team. And we are today very fortunate to be able to have Jim Wittergren talk today, our board chair. He is actually sitting there right now in panic because he's not sure how I'm going to introduce him. And he knows that this is totally unscripted, and you all know that I'm totally unhinged, and you never know what's going to happen. It was especially problematic because Denise, his wife, and I were texting back and forth with all kinds of information. We were both going to Google and getting all of that detailed information. So I have a lot to say about Jim Wittergren. But the reality is, he's a member of our team. He is somebody who has stepped up all the time. And this is where the board, the team, the friends come together. When you have a problem, Jim immediately volunteered and said he would do this. He also has an incredible story. He's been totally dedicated to helping KGI as a member of our board for many years, advising us on so many areas, and he, in fact, helped us through some difficult times, working with us and working for us in a very deep and extensive way. And it is really a thrill to be able to introduce our board chair, Jim Wittergren.
As Shelley said, it always is a little bit of a worry as to what will come next. But I appreciate that introduction very much. You know, it's my pleasure to be here to honor all of you who are graduating here today. And, you know, it's quite a challenge sometimes to give a short speech on short notice. So, actually, this is the list of drugs and indications that the poor farm group had to memorize during their time here. So, did I hear a cheer from the farm team? All right. This is a little better. Let me try this one. There wasn't any advanced coordination in our speeches because there wasn't any advance, but it's amazing how aligned we really are in the messages that we want to give here at KGI, and I think that comes from the great culture that we have here at KGI. We've heard about the much appreciated vision and support over the many years from the amazing people like the Riggs family. We've heard about supporting and helping community, and I'm proud to be part of this community. What a great day. On a personal note, I'm especially proud that my niece, Nicole Watasi, is an MBS graduate today. Nicole, it's an uncle's right to express his pride in public. And just as we are pleased, I'm sure all of your families and friends are also pleased to be here and show their pride as each of you receive your hard-earned diploma. And we're glad that all of you are here to support the graduates. Graduates, you came to KGI with dreams, and now you have the skills and the opportunity to fulfill those dreams. But dreams change, and so will you, and success requires flexibility. We believe in interactive learning here at KGI, so I want each of you graduates to stand up and pat yourselves on the back. Come on. Wait. That was the easy part. Now the hard part. You have to pat yourself on the other shoulder with your non-dominant hand. Good job. See, they've learned to follow directions. You've worked very hard, and you've apparently learned a lot. But remember, it's not the facts that you learned that matter the most. Some of what you learned, I'm sorry to say, is already obsolete. And much of what you've learned will be obsolete in just a few years. One of the joys and challenges of healthcare is the constant discovery and reinvention in the field. I come from a world of medical diagnostics, and though I don't go back quite as far as the days of leeches and bloodletting, although from the way I'm dressed, you wouldn't know that that was true. But when I entered the industry, we had no molecular diagnostics. An expensive chemistry analyzer could typically only test one parameter at a time. And back then, you know, I would guess the list of drugs that a pharmacy student had to memorize was this: aspirin. Now, we have the genome at our fingertips. We have hundreds of tests that can run on a chip. So a large proportion of what you learned at KGI over the last few years did not even exist 10 years ago. Your challenge is, how do you keep up? After your years at KGI, I would not be surprised if your feeling right now is best expressed by an old Gary Larson cartoon where the little boy stands up in class and says, "Teacher, my brain is full." I find that when the brain is full, you know, a useless idea that goes in one ear tends to push a useful one out the other ear. So I'll try to stick to useful ideas and keep kind of a zero-net game. The things that have helped me most in my career, I think, are the 4 F's. Family, friends, flexibility, and failure. Okay? You may have goals and career paths in mind. That's good, but be forewarned. You never know where your career is going to go, and that is a good thing. Those who believe they have a clear career path will likely be disappointed in life as things never go the way you expect. Education, hard work, similar attributes are an essential foundation, but how you handle change is in luck, success, or failure, new circumstances, and the many things you cannot control also matter. More importantly, most success comes not from an individual's efforts, but from teams of people working together towards a goal. That's why we focus so heavily on teamwork here at KGI. When I see these books that are published by CEOs extolling how brilliant they are, and that's when I go out and I short the company's stock. Because to me, this means that the CEO has lost the sight of what most likely made them successful. That is the team of people that they built. And a slide in the success of the company is likely to follow as a result of their ego. By the way, that could be a pretty good investment strategy. But brilliance is often judged based on the past and is not a clear indicator of the future. Certainly planning, skill, intelligence are a major factor, but flexibility, building a strong team of friends, and learning from your failures is more important. Those who appreciate the help they get from others, treat others ethically and with respect, and plan carefully to minimize risks will excel. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my career, not to imply that I've done anything particularly notable, but to show how unpredictable my career has been, and this is what's made it interesting to me. I've been in medical diagnostics now for 25 years, but it was much more by chance than by any plan. I went to Harvey Mudd here in Claremont, and I did a bachelor's and master's in mechanical engineering in the early 80s. That was the decade dedicated by, or characterized by, bad clothes and bad hair. I still wish I had the bad hair. But after graduation, I received a grant from the Thomas Watson Foundation. I spent a year in Asia studying rural development. This was an exciting time in the early 80s. The developing world was just beginning to develop. China was still a country of bicycles and Mao suits. Asian tigers were kittens, and technology was primitive by today's standards. For example, when I was in Nepal, to make a phone call, I had to book a slot at the one satellite station in the country 3 weeks in advance, pay $20 a minute, and if I missed my slot, it was another 3 weeks before I could get a call out of the country. You know, I certainly wish I had had a smartphone at the time because I wouldn't have spent half of my time being lost. When I returned from Asia, I accepted the first job offer I got, which was a job in automotive engineering. I designed turbochargers for diesel engines. Although it was interesting work for a while, I became much more interested in the business side of things, working with customers, working with others, and so I went for an MBA in finance and operations at UCLA. You MBS students in particular, in my opinion, but for all the students here, are very fortunate to have attended KGI, which blends both technical and business into one master's program, as I had to go to two, Did I hear cheer from the MBS students? Good. After graduation, I joined a small engineering company run by a friend that was already in bankruptcy to help him reorganize it. We got a huge contract with an aerospace firm to renovate their manufacturing facilities, and things were bright for 6 months until our customer, the aerospace company, went bankrupt. And our contract was canceled and we shut down the company. But based on what I learned about the building industry, I landed a job as a finance manager for a commercial real estate developer. Several years later, along came the 1991 recession, the savings and loan financial crisis. Our funding bank failed, our loans were called, and that company failed. Lucky for me, my wife Denise, who is an actuary, is both smarter and more stable than I am, and supported us during my ups and downs. So don't underestimate the value of the support of others. With few available jobs, I answered an ad in the LA Times newspaper for a financial analyst position at a company I'd never heard of called Beckman Instruments. Took a huge cut in pay and position, but I was employed. By the way, just a moment for the younger people in this room. A newspaper is this thing on where the words don't move, and we used to use these to find jobs. But back to the story. I knew nothing about medical diagnostics, and I thought I'd stay there for a short time till the economy got better and I found something better to do. 20 years later, I was still there. The company, now Beckman Coulter, gave me many opportunities to try different things, and I had 13 positions over 20 years, primarily in international operations, levered by my earlier Asian experience. I progressively worked through finance, R&D, marketing, service, and sales management roles until I was running a global operations managing 6,000 people in 24 time zones. But after visiting about 100 countries, 5 million frequent flyer miles, zillions of emails, and a bout of kidney cancer, I decided to retire. I spent my first couple of years with this great team at KGI, helping do some financial restructuring and planning this new idea we had for a school of pharmacy. KGI did fine, but again I failed. Not with KGI, but this time I failed at retirement, and now I'm back running a global medical diagnostics company called Corgenics. I believe the reason I've had a lot of opportunities in my career is that I found something I was pretty good at doing, and that was problem solving. When I heard something at my company was not going well, I threw myself into the fray. People will remember you and reward you for solving problems. They won't reward you for warming a chair. I always believe that when you get comfortable in a position, you will stall and you will not progress. If that's what you want, that's just fine. But if you want to grow personally and professionally, I believe that one must always be uncomfortable in your ability to do what you're trying to do. This discomfort drives you to develop needed skills before everyone else realizes you have no idea what you're doing. New roles that continually challenge you force you to stay flexible, and boredom is never a risk. I came into medical diagnostics through circumstance and luck, not planning, but education gave me the flexibility and skills to excel. The problem-solving and analytical skills, the interpersonal relationships, the teamwork and the love and learning that we focus on here at KGI are what are going to carry you forward. Welcome to the Fellowship of Healthcare Professionals. You've chosen what I believe is a wonderful arena in which to build a career. There is a lot of satisfaction in being able to do well for yourself as you do good for others. You may have heard the phrase, success is based not on what you know, but who you know. I would contend it's based on both. What you know has grown exponentially during your time at KGI. And now look around at who you know. Your classmates will be your best friends, colleagues, and supporters throughout your career. welcome to the Fellowship of KGI Alumni. But I would also contend that even more important to self-growth and satisfaction than what you know or who you know is who you help. You have helped each other during your time at KGI. Keep helping each other into the future. Keep balance in your life by helping others. And I hope you'll honor those who helped you by helping future KGI students in their studies and career. I want one of you to be up here with the Board of Trustees in a few years. The reason I've spent so many years helping out at KGI is the satisfaction I receive from seeing the incredible students that we graduate and develop. I draw energy from your brilliance and your enthusiasm. All the doom and gloom and pessimism I hear every day in the news is forced away for the optimism I feel about the future when I get to talk with people like you and see the potential that our graduates have to positively impact our society. Supporting KGI is my way of giving back to the healthcare community that has done so much for me. I expect you also to find ways to give back to your communities in the future. So once more, I want all of you to thank those who have helped you become more flexible, find more friends, and learn from your failures. First, the faculty. Please. Dr. Schroeder. The KGI staff, and our trustees. And most importantly, let's thank your friends and your family. I know that I never could have had the opportunities I've had without the support of my wife, Denise, and my family. So once again, congratulations. We, the trustees of KGI, are so pleased to release to the benefit of society such an energetic, educated, creative, and impressive group of young professionals. Thank you very much. Keep filling your brains with useful things. Now we come to the main event, presentation of the graduating class. I call upon Dean Steve Casper to present the candidates for their certificates and degrees offered by the Henry E. Riggs School of Applied Life Sciences.
Will the candidates for the degrees and certificates of the Henry E. Riggs School of Applied Life Sciences please stand? Board of Trustee Chairman Mr. Whittegren, I have the honor of presenting these students for the degrees of Postdoctoral Professional Masters in Bioscience Management, Master of Engineering in Biopharmaceutical Processing, Master of Business and Science, Master of Applied Life Sciences, and Doctor of Philosophy in Applied Life Sciences. They have fulfilled the requirements established by the Henry E. Riggs School of Applied Life Sciences and are recommended by the faculty for the conferral of those degrees.
Graduates, I salute you for your academic achievement and distinction, and in the name of an educated society, I welcome you to all the obligations and privileges of educated individuals. Upon recommendation of the faculty, with the Board of Trustees of Keck Graduate Institute concurring, I hereby confer the degrees presented with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations, and please be seated. Interim Founding Dean Kathy Webster, Chair of the School of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, Dr. Gail Orm, will now present the candidates for the School of Pharmacy and Health Sciences.
Will the candidates for the degrees of the School of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, please stand. Board of Trustees Chairman, Mr. Whittegren, I have the honor of presenting these students for the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy. They have fulfilled the requirements established by the School of Pharmacy and Health Sciences and are recommended by the faculty for the conferral of that degree.
Graduates, I salute you for your academic achievement and distinction, and in the name of an educated society, I welcome you to all of the obligations and privileges of educated individuals. Upon recommendation of the faculty, with the Board of Trustees of Keck Graduate Institute concurring, I hereby confer the degree presented with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations, and please be seated.
I present the spring 2019 graduates of the Henry E. Riggs School of Applied Life Sciences for the postdoctoral professional masters in bioscience management. Will the candidates come forward to receive their degree? Tom Haber. Adar Silverstein. All right, let's give them a round of applause. I now present the spring 2019 graduates of the Henry E. Riggs School of Applied Life Sciences for the Master of Engineering in Biopharmaceutical Processing. Will the candidates come forward to receive their degree? And you're here. Tiffany Smolinski. Brendan Lianas. Preet Marwana. Carla Gonzalez. Maria Rivera. Joshua Sonico. Sveta Prabhakaran. Wincy Yu. Roberto Carrillo. Alice Miller. Sarah Shaheen. Sayaka Sarah Sun. Reland Radonici. David Marash. Justin Bown. Nicole Azer. Jeremy Grabibai. Li-Ching Li. Edward Hong. Alejandro Zuniga. Christine Uria. Jennifer DeLego. MD Abu Bakar Siddiqui. All right, let's give a big round of applause for the MN graduates. I now present the spring 2019 graduates of the Henry E. Riggs School of Applied Life Sciences for the Master of Science in Applied Life Sciences. Will the candidates come forward to receive their degree? Xiang Yan So. Jiangmin Huang. Nikki Tulunia. Iyuab Tedesa. Stella Hartman. Harrison Manaxa. Prema Vias. Elizabeth Sulaya. Jacob Gomez. Riam Sarah Yalamanchili. John Allen Hersey. Raven Chung. Robert Greppo. Megan O'Leary. Isa Fakuri. Fatima Faisal. Arjun Majitia. Melanie Valentine. Ifani Chukwu Nduku. Nicholas Hiswa. All right, let's give our MS students a big hand of applause. Okay, I now present the spring 2019 graduates of the Henry E. Riggs School of Applied Life Sciences for the Master of Business and Science. Will the candidates come forward to receive their degree? All righty. Casey Smith. Eric Benjamins. Natasha Ghosh. Liana Howdigi. Lisa Lee. Anna Mena. Elsie Maria Rivera Canto. Alfonso Alejandro Canto Romero. Karen Aldana. Jasdeep Kaur Shirgal. Michael Jones III. Daniel Samir Bechet. Jeannie Lee. Joseph Onike. Moira Nochike. Claire Mary Nayenda. Chester Che. Inda Kusamawardani. Madamita Suresh. Barash Maradilaran. Ravanth Srinivasan. Srinadan Ramukrishnan. Aryan Sangwan. Tarundeep Singh Kalsi. Nicholas Ventura. Li Ching Chen. Alexander Hibbert. Eric Fang. David Leishman. Hunter Hurley. Marco Sayambini. Eric Gonzalez. Andrew Okimura. Alexandra Obata. Nicole Watase. Horacio Peralta. Christy Hong. Justine Santos. Natasha Bell Coe. Brian Lopez. Timothy Tron. Eric Navalta. Nazmir Biabani. Soma Mohammadian. Aliyah Medetta. Jack Hardiman. Stephen Greco. Leslie Maurer. Annette Masihi. Jonathan Knob. All right. So let's give all our MBS students a big hand. I now present the spring 2019 graduates of the Henry E. Riggs School of Applied Life Sciences for the Doctor of Philosophy in Applied Life Sciences. Will the candidates come forward to receive their degree? Dr. Elizabeth Henderson. She's very tall. The hanging All right. All right. Dr. Andrew Burns. Dr. Ifeanyi Amadi. All right, let's give our 3 PhD graduates a big round of applause.
Would the graduates of the School of Pharmacy and Health Sciences please come forward to receive your degrees?
Okay.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
you were starting.
Yeah.
I have Samit now.
No, that's right. I just started reading it. I now present the spring 2019 graduates of the School of Pharmacy and Health Sciences for the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy. Will the candidates come forward to receive their degree? Dr. Pranav Bhakta. Dr. Russell Benson. Dr. Nilofar Jafari. Dr. Sarah Sheik. Dr. Nairi Merkerchian. Dr. Sylvia Byram. Dr. Zainab Hamid Khan. Dr. Marina Atef David. Dr. Georgia Hovsepian. Dr. Anashe Navasarkian. Dr. Monique Maison. Dr. Rohit Arjun Amarshi. Dr. Ashish Brahmbhatt. Dr. Nabil Asif. Dr. Marcus McClure. Dr. Haura Isa Alasker. Dr. Julian William Hattar. Dr. James Soonghong Shin. Dr. Cheryl Oppo. Dr. Anderson Van. Dr. Kofi Atta Boateng. Dr. Trina Nero. Dr. Haleh Mahmoud Najad. Dr. Marjan Askari. Dr. Megan Babakanian. Dr. Sufia Zoray Kermani. Dr. Christina Jew. Dr. Timothy Grun. Dr. Christopher Chiang. Dr. Peter Tran. Dr. Mintra Munroska. Dr. Carly Great. Dr. Tanya Langvilas. Dr. Lita Cho. Dr. Jasmine Kojasarian. Dr. Mark Lua. Dr. Aaron Bowman. Dr. Joselino J. Cabrera. Dr. Mira Patel. Dr. Janet Sungmin Kang. Dr. Julie Nguyen. Dr. Tenji Williams. Dr. Rupangi Patel. Dr. Connor Moldowan. Dr. Dylan Hui. Dr. Danielle Tessier. Dr. Patricia Sedlock. Dr. Shilpa Krishnan. Dr. Ilona Kravtsova. Dr. Caroline Yeldu. Dr. Stephanie Do Tron. Dr. Shellen Lee. Dr. Dane Osmond. Dr. Keith Suahiro. Dr. Joshua Blackmore. Dr. Mai Nguyen. Dr. Ivy Camille Dino. Dr. Martha Ramirez. Dr. Vanessa Luong. Dr. Melanie Medina. Dr. Emmett Medina. Dr. Sovanar Akopian. Dr. Dominic Goria. Dr. Daniel Fan. Dr. Wasin Arthur Funkasal. Dr. Nak Zuin Nguyen. Dr. Hannah Suh. Dr. Hai-Sun Chu. Dr. Yumin Jian. Dr. Jessica Tan. Dr. Tiffany Law. Dr. Aram Shim. Dr. William Powell. Let's have a final round of applause for the PharmD.
Congratulations to all of you. What a wonderful celebration of your careers here at KGI and the beginnings of your new life, and we are so proud of all of you. We have a couple of things that we have to do before we can begin celebration. The first one is probably relatively easy. You can switch your tassels from right to left. Everybody. Everybody gets to switch their tassels. You have heard some wonderful talks and some wonderful spirit here today. And it was about following dreams and taking risks and doing things that require a commitment. And I think it speaks to what we all do here as an institution and what you've done here at KGI. What you heard from Mrs. Riggs, who eloquently told you the story of how she and Hank created the core of the team that took the chance and made the commitment to start a completely new academic institution with a unique mission and novel educational approaches, is inspiring. They didn't just have ambitions, of course. They had the courage of their vision, the wisdom of commitment, and the wisdom to assemble and engage a group of distinguished experts, and they had the commitment to tell those many who said it could not be done, and I only paraphrase, just you wait. With nearly 1,500 alumni now in the life sciences and healthcare industry, with new innovation, interdisciplinary education, and an unfailingly strong relation to the leaders in healthcare and life sciences, we together, all of us together, are changing the world. And I would say to our founders, well done and thank you. I want to just talk for just a moment about what we have all done together. And I think it's important that we remember at this time, this is a journey not just for you, but for us as KGI. And I want to just quote someone from one of you, and I will not identify, who said that her fondest memories of KGI were that we created a diverse, vibrant, and innovative ecosystem that provides real-world experience with both great companies and caring providers. She said most memorably, the diversity of professional experiences, worldviews, and individual passions challenged my thinking and expanded my understanding of the world. It's a really apt metaphor to talk about us as an ecosystem, because all the parts of an ecosystem have to work together and change together and be in harmony. And I think we've really had something special, and I just want to kind of talk about how, as I say, I hope we have given you a story, but you certainly have given us a story. I would caution you to remember that some of you actually may have started a year ago here at this very place, because we didn't quite have the housing finished, and some of you actually lived here at the Sheraton. Well, I'm certainly jealous of someone coming in and cleaning the room every day. It probably wasn't your ideal of a place to live as a graduate student. But we've made a great deal of progress, and I hope we all get to visit the Riggs Student Center. And I can tell you that there is actually water in the pool, so we can celebrate together. You also probably remember, some of you, when we built a whole lot of new classrooms, we didn't quite think through that what goes along with bathrooms is, can anyone guess? Excuse me, classrooms is bathrooms. I gave it away, so much for telling jokes. Anyway, but you recall looking around in some of the hallways in our building, and it looked kind of like the doubleheader at Dodger Stadium, waiting for the restrooms, and we had executive restrooms brought out to the back of the building. We've come a long way, and we've had a great time. You've also endured, many of you, the losing of your dean of our School of Pharmacy. But what you've seen from that is people who step up because we have a team. Dean Oram stepped in to take it, and we keep that spirit alive. And because of what we have as a team, but because we have as a group of all of us, we made a great deal in moving forward and keeping Dr. Webster's dreams alive. I know that all of you pharmacy graduates are probably taking notes right now to make sure you haven't forgotten any of Dr. Kang's top 300 drugs. The side effects are still as important as they were before. I remember seeing some of you cramming for OSCEs, and I do recall deeply your Shark Tank experience in Dr. Simonian's class. You'll recall that there was one judge who was especially recalcitrant and not susceptible to education about drugs. We learn a lot together. We also know that you had the experience of being put in places where you didn't have all of the right answers. In fact, there were no right answers. One of the best experiences for all of you, I think, is in Dr. Nims's class, where she doesn't just put you in a place where you don't know the direction. Sometimes, I think, from what you've said, you don't even know what ocean you're in. But by the end of that experience, you've learned a great deal, and you've learned that sometimes there's no right answer. It's a learning experience, and we all learn together from it and your insight. And that's what's so exciting about us all being together. I know you, in the bioprocessing program, have certainly learned about 24-hour vigils to watch cells. And I see the amount of coffee and chocolate and food consumed, and I realize that certainly bioprocessing runs on food. And it's exciting that all of you have taken part in that participation, especially those of you who came here starting as biologists and are leaving today as engineers. We are so proud of you. I also want to just mention that you had some experiences with building business plans. Those of you who won the business plan competitions understand a great deal now about what it's like to work with entrepreneurs and the good and the bad and what that might entail. But you've done a fabulous job in learning that, again, sometimes there's no right answer, and it's just really exciting to learn the process. The pharmacists, or doctors of pharmacy today, spent the last year, I'm sure, learning that in many, many cases, it's not obvious what the answer is. You have to figure it out, but you have the basis, you have the core, and together, again, we all work together and learn from all of you. I want to say that what you've learned as well is that sometimes it's how you think about things that is as important as what conclusion you come to. As Jim so ably said, sometimes you don't know what it is you even don't know, and you have to work it through with all of the basis and all of the friends and all the assets that we bring together as a community. Well, now, I do know what the lubricant for all of this is, because I did a very, very accurate calculation, and I have calculated that the class of 2019 has consumed 28,821 pieces of that horrible pizza. I was going to do the calculation of how many bagels we had, but that's just way too many assumptions and probably too tough. But I want to just say that we have done a lot together. We are a community. We work together. We learn together, and we are an ecosystem. And it's the proudest thing I can do to welcome you to our community of professionals and life science professionals and healthcare professionals. You have done a wonderful job, and we welcome you to our community as scholars and scientists and practitioners. As you know, we often say that this institution is focused on our student success, and that is a deep truth for all of us. The values which are deeply embedded into this institution have hopefully given you the opportunity to make your dreams come true. They are making our dreams come true every day. So today, I look out with pride and optimism. I see a future more scientifically driven and ethically centered, because I know you are dreaming and creating that future. You will continue to gain experience and build on the solid foundation that we formed together. So please, everyone, join me in congratulating the class of 2019 one more time, and we celebrate their future and their achievements and their goals.